Good morning, sleepyheads. It is day 2 of testing the top 10 tourist attractions in America. Yesterday, Haley and I spent all day at Disney World. As of right now, we have it ranked in first place, mostly because it's the only one we've done so far, but also because it was so fun. Today, we embark to Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, where we will potentially have the coolest day ever. But first, bucket list morning routine. First, I brush my teeth to remove things such as breath. Then, I put on deodorant. I thank Shopify for sponsoring our bucket list. I eat a wonderful Disney breakfast with Haley. And finally, we're out the door to Washington, D.C. Putting this massive journal through security every day is going to be really funny. Our plane to Washington, D.C. is in the air. We got our complimentary snacks. Haley, we have 3 goals today in Washington, D.C.
Let me guess. Have fun, have a good time, party.
Yes, very close, but goal number 1 is a bike tour. Washington, D.C. has more monuments per square mile than anywhere in America. So we're doing what any reasonable tourist would do and see them on bikes.
Not by a hang glider. That was the other option, though, I bet.
Yeah, that was number 2. You know how to ride a bike?
Honestly, I haven't ridden a bike in a really long time. I guess we'll have to find out.
Can your legs touch the pedals?
Well, that depends on the seat height. That's an offensive question.
Oh. Goal number 2, lunch at Ben's Chili Bowl.
I love chili. You should have to eat beans.
Absolutely not.
You have to at Ben's Chili's Bowl.
If you're new here, I despise beans. This restaurant has been a staple in DC for nearly 70 years. Everyone says it's a must if you visit. And goal number 3, go to the Smithsonian Museum. It's the largest museum complex in the world. It's completely free, and they have everything from Abraham Lincoln's top hat to a T-Rex. What are you most excited for Washington, D.C.? How does your excitement compare to Disney World?
I'm extremely excited for DC. I feel like growing is understanding how cool museums are. We got to see a glimpse of DC on our 50 States adventure, and I wanted to stay there. What's your excitement level?
I love riding bikes, so that's already got me very excited. And you're right, when we passed through on the 50 States series, we didn't get to see the Abraham Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument up close. There's so many things we didn't get to see, and the fact that we're going to be able to do it by bike, I'm very excited. This is really a cool city. It is the capital of the United States. I used to think Washington, D.C. was in Washington. Of course I thought that.
And that is so fair.
How many state capitals do you think you could name right now?
Like 3.
Go. Our flight is well on the way to Washington, D.C. We are going to land, drop off our bags, and we'll see you at the bike tour. Cheers. We have now unlocked the second tourist attraction of this series, and as we entered the city limits, we were greeted by what can only be considered America. We dropped our luggage off at a nearby hotel. It seems like Washington, D.C. is definitely a biking city. There are so many people biking, there are so many people scooting, and today we are going to see the National Mall via bike tour. Guys, today's gonna be awesome. Here's our to-do list in Washington, D.C. And remember, our goal is to find the #1 tourist attraction in America. Will today be our winner? I got this hat from a souvenir shop. I think it looks pretty neat. We also bought a variety of small souvenirs. Behind us is a bike lane. Whoa, it's windy. Oh. The bike tour of all the monuments is generally considered overrated by reviewers. For example, Deers77 said, "The White House is like John Cena. You can't see it. I am so unimpressed by this mall." 1 star. Morgan B had other thoughts. "Imagine lying about a monument. It doesn't even look like Washington. He was better in Hamilton. My neck hurts from looking up too tall." That's a real review.
Crazy.
That's wild. Maureen's review is a little more positive. "The reflecting pool was filthy and stunk like sewage. I dry heaved writing this review, so embarrassed even being here." 1 star. Okay. With all of that being said, let's go meet our tour guide, Jeff.
That didn't go well.
That was horrible. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jeff Miller, DC Cycling Concierge.
Jeff is going to be our bike tour guide today. He's an absolute legend. We're going to see some serious monuments, huh?
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of them.
What is on the agenda today for our tour?
We're going to go to the National Mall. We're going to certainly see the big iconic memorials. The Lincoln Memorial, Jefferson, Martin Luther King. We'll see some of the war memorials, and of course the Washington Monument.
Right, so you've got bikes for us, biking helmets.
Yep, got bikes. I got water bottles for you, got snacks in case you get hungry, and I'm happy to take photos of my guests along the way as well. So.
Okay, let's do this. The bike tour has begun. Time for 360 camera. There is something about riding a bike in a place that is bike friendly. Words can't describe such a feeling. They just can't. This is so fun. This bike is nice. We're passing by the Smithsonian. We're gonna come by here later today, but look at this. It looks so cool. Those bison are brand new apparently. I have a weird feeling that we're gonna be taking a stop at that huge monolith. Wow, Haley. Look at this. Jeff has brought us to our first monument, the Washington Monument.
Wow.
Wow. Jeff told us at one point this was the tallest structure in the world until the Eiffel Tower was built. Jeff has more fun facts. We're gonna follow him around now. Jeff told us all about how the Washington Monument was built stone by stone, brick by brick. George Washington is most famous for leading the Revolutionary War, being the first US president. He's on the $1 bill. And he's better in Hamilton, I guess. There's a lot of cool lore about it, but the most amazing thing is the precision with which it was built. Oh my gosh.
It's just gravity and stone.
This is quite the structure.
You didn't do your stretching, huh?
Jeff pointed out that the reflecting pool is actually being cleaned right now. Not only that, there seems to be a storm brewing.
Oh no, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta ride like the wind.
There seems to be a storm brewing. Jeff gave me a rain jacket, and we got on our bikes with the goal of making it to the Lincoln Memorial before it starts raining. It's certainly raining now. Hello. You doing okay, Haley?
Yeah. Careful in the crowd.
Yep. Don't I know it? Good job. We put on sunscreen before this. We're tourists. Run, Haley! Haley and I have arrived to the Lincoln Memorial.
This is way cooler than I was expecting. We didn't get to see this on the 50 states, and it's so worth it.
Jeff is out there somewhere trying to secure our bikes. Truly, a storm just rolled through, but we made it. We're under a cover.
I looked up and the water splashed my eye.
Everyone seems to be gathering here for shelter and entertainment. Once Jeff gets here, we'll continue looking around. Jeff! Yeah, we made it. Jeff began explaining all of the meaning behind Abraham Lincoln's memorial. His hands, his feet. It all tells a story of the life he lived. Abraham Lincoln led the Union in the Civil War. He's the 16th US president. He's on the $5 bill. And he's the tall hat guy. This is his famous Gettysburg Address.
The first piece here, score is 20. So he's saying 87 years ago, our founders created this country with the idea that all people are equal. One sense, he summarizes our existence as a nation.
Is this the whole speech?
This is the entire speech.
That is the entire speech. Goated speech. I found myself getting emotional thinking about the gravity of all this stuff. This is where Martin Luther King gave his I Have a Dream speech. It's not raining anymore. We got on our bicycles and journeyed towards more monuments. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for anything Jeff might want to show us. Is that Albert Einstein?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
This is my little surprise.
I knew Albert Einstein was smart, but I didn't realize he was so big. The Martin Luther King Memorial was absolutely stunning. I found myself crying as we drove through the World War II memorials. Cooking. Good job, Haley. Good job. Next, we biked all the way over to the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. It's actually pretty cool. Not only do they have this statue inside, but it's one of the only monuments that has a direct view of the White House. After grinding some more on the bike and Haley trying her best to keep pedaling, we finally made it to lunch. We are taking a break from the bike tour to eat at Ben's Chili Bowl.
This is the best. This has been so fun, and I can't wait for chili because I love chili. And whenever I make chili, I have to make two separate ones because Ryan doesn't eat beans, but I do.
It's dog time. Time for hot dogs. We still haven't actually completed anything on our to-do list yet. Ben's Chili Bowl is considered underrated Oh yeah, Michelle's review shows why. I am not even particularly fond of hot dogs, but the ones here are extraordinary. 5 stars. She attached some photos. AJJ's review is next level. The chili, good heavens. A most robust and deeply satisfying concoction administered upon a half smoke. Of remarkable quality, might I add. 5 stars. Ben's Chili Bowl is under construction, but luckily we ran into
Ben Jr. from Ben's Chili Bowl.
The restaurant is across the street while they do renovations, but he was kind enough to show us what they're working on.
Counter's the same, the booths are in the same places, the floor looks the same. So we had to modernize to get the new plumbing, the new electric, the new infrastructure to last another 50, 60 years.
Yes. Hey, I know that guy. That's Ben Jr. on the wall. Ben Jr., what do you think we should get?
You know you're local if you get the chili half smoke. The chili half smoke is indigenous to Washington, D.C.
That is exactly what I'm getting. We went to the temporary location across the street and ordered ourselves lunch. This place is packed. My goodness, that is a lot of chili. Our orders came out quickly. My hot dog was delicious. Haley's chili bowl contained beans. Yeah, we got a little messy, but that's chili for you. Jeff insisted on eating over there, which allowed us to have a conversation with Virginia, the 92-year-old mother of Ben Jr.
How you like that? It was so good. It's amazing.
The bike tour has been so awesome so far. This is something my dad has been urging me to do for years. And you know when dads think something is fun, you think maybe it won't be so cool. This one has actually been so cool. And I love chili. This is honestly one of my best days so far in my life.
That's absolutely right, Haley. Honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. And this chili is to die for. They just brought out a chili burger. There's no beans in the chili sauce, which is fantastic news for me as someone who doesn't like beans in chili. I think Jeff is not only my favorite tour guide of all time, he might be my favorite human, but behind Haley, I'm thinking about it compared to Disney because we're gonna have to rank all of these tourist attractions and have a top 10, and I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be hard. At the end of the night, we'll rank today based on experience, scenery, and magic. We have many more monuments to see. We're going to the Smithsonian Museum, but before we do that, there's one building that I need to go see and investigate. Can you spot me? I'm somewhere hiding in the scene. Right here. I'm in a Whole Foods. This is one of my favorite grocery stores. Whole Foods sells my candy, Joyride. Shout out to all the Joyride runners already representing their states. I'm gonna keep putting you guys in every single video of this bucket list series, so keep tagging us in your photo. And this year we are trying to set a huge world record on June 13th, which is Joyride Day. The record is most photos of people holding bags of candy uploaded to Instagram in 24 hours. And I need all of you guys to show up because they set the goal at 10,000 photos, which is 200 people from every US state. And over the course of the 24-hour world record, I will be live streaming the entire thing on my YouTube channel. It starts at 10 a.m. Central on June 13th. RSVP for Joyride Day through the link in the description. So far, we have over 6,000 people signed up. California is leading with the most RSVPs. Texas is close behind though, and Vermont has the least with 21 people. So mark your calendars for Joyride Day and help us set a new world record live. Jeff and Haley are waiting outside, so let's check out and finish this bike tour. I got you these candies.
Oh, awesome! Joyride.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wait a second. I recognize this guy.
There he is. We're going to see the U.S. Capitol building next, but we're taking a detour first for another building that I think Haley will really enjoy. That's us up there. Quick stop at Union Station. I was just here not too long ago crossing America by train, but this time I'm with these hooligans. Do you remember watching this in my video?
Yeah, these are all the experiences that you have that I never will know about, and now I get to see one of them.
Do you remember in my cinematic montage when I look at this clock?
Yeah. Oh, dang, it's cute.
You should look at this clock so I can match the clip that I got of myself. We're on our way to see potentially the most famous building in all of Washington, D.C. Wow, look at that, Haley. That entire dome is made of cast iron. What?
Cast iron?
Yeah, you got one of those
Like the
black
skillet?
frying pans, like the skillet that weighs like 50 pounds. Yeah.
Haley and I and Jeff have finally arrived to the U.S. Capitol
Oh.
building.
That feels like a lock screen behind us.
I know. It is truly stunning. I can't believe we can just ride our bikes up here. This is where the votes go down. Apparently right now there's a vote taking place. That's why the light bulbs are on up there. So much history lies in this stone. That was a pretty cool line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, I think we found the 360 spot. Look at this. Capitol. Washington Monument. Life in 360 don't ever get old.
History everywhere you look.
There are only a few more moments of our bike tour around Washington, D.C. Jeff is dropping us off at the Smithsonian Museum. This is Goodbye with Jeff.
Thanks so much for letting me join you and show you around, Ryan. I really appreciate it.
Jeff is the absolute best. Thank you for showing us D.C. Me and Haley are gonna go explore the Smithsonian. Smithsonian! They got cool stuff in here. The Smithsonian Museum is appropriately rated. You've got reviews like Traveling Nate's. Imagine an indoor zoo where all the animals are dead and stuffed. That's about it. Go to a real zoo, 1 star. And then you've got Anthony M. who says, I loved the big dinosaur skeletons. The Hope Diamond is very famous and pretty. I totally recommend if you like museums and walking, smirking cat emoji. Well, guess what, Anthony? We like both of those things. I have a feeling the T-Rex is in here.
I need these braces.
Oh my God. He only has 2 teeth. Oh, he's got 4. How do we date fossils? Probably a dinner and a movie. The Ocean Hall is a mixture of weird, tiny things and cool, big things. I found one of those anglerfish from Finding Nemo, and it was way smaller than I expected. Mammals. We're mammals.
We are.
Let's go check out mammals.
Mammals who ride bikes.
Shout out to our Chihuahua Spock. If you're watching, we just found an animal that looks just like you, buddy.
Don't say that.
He does. He reminds me of Spock.
He's much more tame than that.
He's handsome. Okay, here's a photo of Spock. And look what we just found. We saved the best for last. We walked into the Hope Diamond room, and I'm guessing it's in here where all these people are crowding around something tiny. What do you think it looks like?
Like the ocean. Oh, it spins.
This is a 45 karat diamond, and it is awesome. Imagine finding this in the ground. That's crazy. We decided to stop in at the National Archives to see the Declaration of Independence as well. I think every 8th grader in America is in this room right now on an end-of-year field trip. It's busy, but it's really cool to see the Declaration of Independence. Oh, how was that?
That was awesome.
We just saw the Declaration of Independence. They were writing on some big pages.
Their writing was a lot smaller than I was expecting.
As you guys know, I'm wearing a souvenir hat. I love collectibles. At each stop of this bucket list, me and Haley are going to be making a bucket list box. Collectibles and souvenirs from each tourist attraction. And before we move on to the final activity, I am using Shopify to build a site to share these collectibles with you. It's time to build the next part of our store. First, I'm going to use the store designer built in Shopify to find the perfect template for my website. Nice. Now I can ask Sidekick to add a fun font and pick a color scheme. It's starting to feel like a real store. This is so exciting. Build your business alongside me and Sidekick by signing up for your Shopify trial today at shopify.com/Ryan. It's time for our final activity, by the way. We got a ride to our airport hotel, and to celebrate completing our to-do list, here is a very exciting montage from people I met today. Semi-quincentennial! 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 Yes! It's just so exciting. We are now in a hotel next to the airport. We have to wake up so early tomorrow to catch a flight for the next tourist attraction. Before we rank Washington, D.C., we still have one more activity, and it is inside that bag.
I was hiding under there the whole time.
Y'all should have seen me. I kept messing up too, so I took a really long time to save my line. Before we rank Washington, for dinner, Haley and I are eating wings dipped in mumbo sauce. Without further ado, let's mumbo. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's a mumbo, but we're gonna eat the food now.
That's mumbo business.
Washington, D.C.? Let's see what all this mumbo jumbo is about. I could not think of a better way to end this evening.
Me neither, Ryan.
Back to you, Haley.
Back to you, Ryan.
Ranking time. It's time for us to rank Washington, D.C. amongst the other tourist attractions of this series. We are judging each tourist attraction based on 3 criteria: experience, scenery, and magic. So far, we've only been to Disney World. It scored a total of 23 points. Not bad at all. Haley made a super cute scrapbook page of our time in Washington, D.C. I'm already feeling nostalgic.
It's gonna be a little difficult to rate Washington, D.C. because if it didn't exist, we couldn't rate any of the other ones.
Dang.
Disney World, without the Declaration of the Independence.
Let's open up the page of Washington, D.C., and let's rank this bad boy. Haley, we are going to start from the bottom. How was your Washington, D.C. experience?
I think traveling by bike was the ideal way to see all the monuments, and having a really knowledgeable tour guide. I was never going to know half of the things that Jeff knew, and even if I looked it up myself, probably wouldn't have understood it.
When it comes to rating the actual experience, how much do you take into account the weather?
I don't want to count the rain against it. If anything, that made it more cinematic.
We need to agree on what the definition of experience is. I would say it basically is the essence of the tourist attraction. It's why people go.
Yeah.
It's meeting the expectation of what you're gonna do there.
It's what people travel so far for.
Experience rating on 3. 1, 2, 3, 7.
8. I almost said 7.
I want to go up to 8 with you.
Okay.
I do think it was an amazing experience. And the only thing is, I feel like I appreciate the Washington, D.C. National Mall experience more as I've gotten older.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Thank you, Haley.
Yeah, right.
Like, if I came here when I was 12, I probably would have been bored. And that's just the unfortunate reality. But now I'm older, and I just thought it was so cool. Scenery rating on 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. You didn't say 1. I will say, I think Washington, D.C. is stunning. I love how bikeable it is. It is so well designed. It truly is a city that was designed from scratch. Everything has intention. And now for maybe the most important rating of all, the magic rating on 3. 1, 2, 3, 9. Oh, okay.
Yours is high.
I know. I don't know if you felt this way, but I was just standing in some of these places, and I felt a little overwhelmed. I honestly cried one time.
When?
I was on the bike looking at Abe Lincoln's words from his speeches, thinking about the magnitude of how far we've come. And we're still a really young country, you know? America's not that old. It's only the semi-quincentennial. I mean, we looked at memorials as well, and that is just so emotional. I feel like the magic is truly captured. The whole point of these monuments is to create something larger than life, to try to symbolize and represent the meaning that someone or something had. And that's why I feel like it's such a privilege to be able to see so many of those in one day. It was honestly magical, in my opinion.
No, I completely agree with you. Let's do 9.
Okay. It's time to lock in the ratings. Washington, D.C.'s total score is 22 points, putting it just behind Disney World in second place. Yay!
Yeah! It's so cool how these magnetize.
Thanks. Like I said, we have to wake up very early tomorrow morning for our next tourist attraction, which I cannot wait to see. I have never been here before. I'm so excited. I will see you in the morning. And so will Haley.
Good night.
Good night. Mwah. Day 2 complete. Where will we go next? Oh, is it going to be this way? No. Maybe that way. That direction? I don't know. We are going to find the #1 tourist attraction in America. Click the video on the screen to keep watching. I'll see you there.